Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, CWX here. We're playing Chasm, 2018 procedurally generated Metroidvania. We're going to be speed running. We're going to try random seed. And I'm going to try and employ a couple new techniques. I was practicing one. I really want to try and no-hit Titan. In my most recent personal best, 119, I hit I spent some time, a little extra time farming a claymore from the armored kobold and the mines right around the lantern area. I think I need to cut that out. So if I want to go down from 119 and I want to say break 115, shave 4 minutes, that means I need to find 16 places to shave 15 seconds. Now in that run, I think I probably had at least 30-40 seconds contending with a nymph in the gardens, and maybe descending from the gardens. Since I haven't played that route as much, I could be a little quicker. You know, a lot of the other places in the game I can kind of see ahead and know where I'm going. I've played enough seeds now where I don't go into too many rooms I'm not supposed to or don't need to. Another thing I thought about is, instead of trying to get the claymore off the armored kobold, if I really want to, because I kind of need a luck scroll by that point. If I really want a weapon, a two-handed weapon like that to fight the Titan with, I could get the Warhammer off of the bigger of the two pink guys. I think it's called a flesh spawn. So yeah, that gives me a... Oh shit, I didn't start the timer. Also, I practiced the double jump skip, so instead of going up and around to get the double jump, you can come down from the underneath, and that's usually a little quicker. I'm just gonna rebuild the seed. So we want to do that. Cut out any platforming mistakes and kill, so cutting out the kobold and fixing that nymph mess up, that's a couple minutes right there. Then the other, I think, are close. And then the other couple minutes, I think, so then we only need another 8 places to cut out 15 seconds. So that's 8 to 10 enemies. Which I think we can do. So, or if we maybe get lucky and get a second warp scroll. That other run was super lucky because we got a warp scroll before the lantern, and we also got legendary equipment both off Wendigo and Boneworm. Another area that's pretty critical is on the way to Bone Devil after getting the glove. That's a pretty critical area in terms of HP, so just really trying to not get hit in that area and not kill too many enemies. Thing is you can kill more enemies there to get a level up, but obviously that's going to slow you down. So that's the little bit slower way. Ideally, you only have to clip on that one lower staircase to get down from there. So we're playing easy, thief mode. Thief mode, you get a little bit better movement speed. You start with a knife. but you need to have this sword equipped to leave this camp area. So in thief mode, you have more luck and get auto critical hits when you backstab with a knife. Oh, come on. Still pretty good. Maybe could have got a sub 150. I don't think I've really ever gotten sub 150, but I don't see us ever getting past 149 without trying to learn how to wave dash. Real quick, I'll see if I can't do it. We're listening to vibe beats. Yeah, so video credit, not my music. Listening to vibe beats. Yeah, so minor platforming improvements. So on that run, actually, we did go into some extra, even though our route was generally pretty dang good. We did end up going to some extra rooms on the way to Dire Wasp. I forget if that was the run, if we had a pretty good run to the Black Feather, but sometimes that can be tricky. So not the cleanest on the way to Cave Troll here, but it's serviceable. So I think that is our fastest, yeah, to the troll for sure. I think that part of that was just the seed was good. I think we just had fewer number of rooms. Sometimes there can be slightly more or less rooms. So I kind of feel like the amount of time you save hesitating on maybe getting some items out of the crates. And when I say some items, I mean like you want to avoid getting items you don't use. So ingots, flower bags, tokens, and gemstones. I'd like to avoid picking up. We got a bandana, that's good. No luck boost though. So there I didn't really hesitate, but sometimes I will kind of hesitate or even actively avoid picking up what drops there if it's not basically a consumable. I think that's really... Scrolls and consumables are the only things we care about. Let's go. So we got our warp scroll. And I somehow always... I don't always, but I often forget that you need to drop down and go left there. Alright, I've gotten pretty good at getting on this ledge to attack the Bomberman. Or I guess he's not throwing bombs, he's throwing rocks, but... And here I say, as I say that. Yeah, we had 2 flubs in there and gave up our entire 15-second lead. So here, I think if you do this... Okay, that is the quickest way down from there. Now I know. You want to clip onto the lower of the 2 upper platforms and then do a full jump and then another fairly full jump, and you can cancel all landing lag descending from that. So we made up a little bit of time there. That ledge is always tricky. So there I avoided the ingot, but I just wasted a ton of time and HP. Oh my god. We will get a level up here shortly. See, okay, we got bread, but see that ruby is just gonna clog our inventory. I wonder if there's a way you can push that cart if you drop through that platform. You can land on the cart and avoid a jump. Yeah. So here I'm getting more optimized too. So you jump to that first platform, short hop, down, down, down. Those guys are kind of worth killing because they can drop venison. We're doing good here. Sometimes I can get confused on that area, but I'm pretty sure it's always up. Love to get leather off these guys. Avoid the topaz. Got one anyway. Okay, we are doing pretty good. We probably ahead of pace here, so. Okay. $14 is really good. Come on. No, what? We were one hit away. If I had just gotten the, let's go. If I had gotten one more of the double attacks off. There, it seemed like we did have a little landing lag. For how often use the Wendigo Claw, it would probably take, or be worth just taking an extra second there to read the, what kind of stat buffs we got. I can't believe we were behind. Yeah. Alright, coming back through there. Backdash. Backdash. Alright, we have a luck scroll and a warp scroll, so that's pretty good. Alright, I don't know. So now we're low. We're very low. Wow. I normally don't get hit by any arrows, and I got hit by 3 arrows. Which means we need to get a level up before Bone Devil. I gotta eat an apple. We really need a level up. I don't really want to kill this guy, but I'm going to. I normally don't, but I'm gonna take a little extra time killing some guys because that's gonna be quicker than going to the save point to heal. Dang it, we might have to use another consumable. With a legendary Wendigo Claw, we have to. Let's just try and play good and not get hit. Okay. Now we really don't want to get hit on our way to Bone Devil. Which I think we should. I don't think there, I think this is, oh no, there's a couple more rooms. There's these guys, which I decided are not worth fighting. Okay, that's a good sign though. I think now we won't see. I think we'll have enough HP to tank enough hits from Bone Devil without having to use any more consumables. And then it is a little tricky after that because I don't think Bone Devil himself will give us enough HP to, or experience to level up again, so we'll also need to defeat a couple enemies after him before getting the level up. sometimes, yeah, we have low ceilings, or these guys. These guys have combat belt, which we want. Alright, one more. Take my invulnerability frames. I do not recognize this seed, so okay. 6 cups, 6 cups, 6 cups. 7 swords, 5. 9. 6 cups, 7 swords, 9 stars. I'm gonna write it down. Six cups, 7 swords, 9 stars. Six cups, 7 swords, 9 stars. Okay. Legendary, legendary, legendary. Alright, at least it's buff sound. That's good. And we did make up our time there, so... These guys drop a good item, but they take too long to take down. So it says I was slower there, so maybe that doing that is slower. I'm not sure. So these splits are going to be a little off because I didn't go for the Claymore. So we're going to be ahead of pace. So yeah, that was one of the significant times. So we're at minute 12 ahead of pace. So that's how much time we save doing that. So we've made one error. Who's left there? See, I need to get better at that. I think it's this way. We only have one warp scroll and I'd rather use it after the Titan, so I'm not going to get that now. Yeah, it's pretty quick backtrack to that. So we made up even more time on that. I think because, yeah, I think it was just because there were less rooms. And it's going to be pretty quick to backtrack to this. This warp. I think it's here. It's not there. That sucks. So hopefully we don't get turned around going to Dire Wasp here. Well, that's kind of scary with that thing, but I get... Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just scared of the... I don't normally see that. Alright, that's good. And yeah, if you hesitate in that room, you're not going to make these platforms. Some salmon. That's good. That was a little risky. Oh my gosh. No, no. I mean, this run is just invalid now, but I'm going to pause the timer because the game froze. I don't know. I need a bathroom break anyway. Yeah, so our game crashed, so that's great. That's so unfortunate. We had a good run going. I'm gonna try and get the crash logs. Alright, I'm gonna shut the stream down here and maybe start a new one here in a few minutes.